Hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for yet another FIFA 17 experiment video on this channel. Today we're going to be doing a league format or league based one, and we're going to be seeing what happens if there was a team, a super team for each continent in the world. Which one would come out on top out of the six, well there's seven, but out of the six continents really that are usable in this game, which one would come out on top? Would it be Europe, South America, North America, Asia, Africa, or Oceania? We've put all of the best players from each of those continents into one team, and we're going to see which one comes out on top. If you go on to enjoy this video, then make sure to slap a like on it, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and all of that good stuff for similar content and more experiments in the future. But first of all, let's take a look at the squads that are going to be used and the players that are involved in this experiment. Here is Europe for the continents experiment here on FIFA 17. The first team that we're going to look at out of the six involved in this experiment, and you can see already that it is a very, very good side. In goal, the German Manuel Neuer. And then we've got Philipp Lahm at right back, Jerome Boateng, Sergio Ramos, David Alaba, Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, of Portugal, with Pogba, Modric and Bale making up the rest of the midfield, along with Mesut Ozil and Robert Lewandowski. But on the bench, there's even more great players, the likes of De Gea, Hazard, Hummels, Chiellini, De Bruyne, Ibrahimovic is even in the reserves. South America here, so that's obviously the likes of Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Chile, lots of different countries represented. Geronimo Rulli is the best goalkeeper, but only 83 rated. That might be a little bit of a stumbling point for them. Dani Alves here on the right-hand side, Godin and Thiago Silva at centre-back, and Marcelo at left-back. We've got Fabinho, Casemiro and Luis Gustavo in midfield, but they can actually form a better central midfield than that. We've got Vidal and Rodriguez as well. But then up front, obviously, is MSN, literally from Barcelona, completely unchanged. Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez and Neymar. Looking at the bench, it's very strong as well. Gonzalo Higuain and Dybala. Alexis Sanchez doesn't even make it into the starting 11. Same for Sergio Aguero, Alexandro, Coutinho, Miranda, David Luiz. Africa, who are going to be represented by Arsenal. And if you didn't gather as well, South America are going to be represented by Manchester City. Victor Wanyama in goal. We've got Gulam, Benatia, or Benatia even, Eric Bailly and Serge Aurier across a decent defence. Riyad Mahrez, Wanyama, Idrissa Gueye, Brahimi and Hakim Ziyech in midfield, with Aubameyang up top. There's also some better players that could fit in here. Yaya Toure could go in defensive mid. I don't know why he's not playing there. And in terms of the bench as well, there's again some more very solid players, the likes of Koulibaly, Sadio Mane, Bakambu, Wanyama, Joel Matip. North America are next up, and they're going to be represented by Chelsea. Here is the side, as you can see in the background. Very good goalkeeper. Keylor Navas is the best player in this side from Costa Rica. The back five is Miguel Ayun from Mexico, Moreno from Mexico. We've also got John Brooks from America, Wes Morgan from Jamaica, and Aguilar of Mexico. Borges and Hutchinson are in midfield, with Fabian Johnson, Javier Hernandez and Carlos Vela as the front three. Again, some slightly better options probably on the bench. I don't think it's done the optimum North American side, but the likes of Jimenez from Benfica, both the Dos Santos brothers. The penultimate team in this experiment is Oceania, so that's the likes of obviously Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Samoa. First of all, got Matthew Ryan in goal of Valencia. It's going to be Bajic. It's going to be, I was thinking that he was from like flipping Serbia. It's going to be Bajic realistically, isn't it, if he's from Australia. Meanwhile, we've got Winston Reid, we've got Sainsbury and Elric over on the other side, or Elrich, so Belrich and Elrich, that's quite incredible. Rojas, Milligan, Mile Jedinak and Tommy Orr are in midfield, along with Troisi, and Chris Wood of Leeds is up front. Again, this team could be better, so let's slap Aaron Moy in. And the final team is going to be Liverpool, or otherwise known as Asia, in this continent's experiment. The sixth and final team going to be involved in the league tournament. Here is the side. We've got Kim Sung-gyu in goal. I apologise in advance for some of these pronunciations. Denisov, who's from Azerbaijan, technically classed as Asia on this game. Maya Yoshida, Hosawi from Abu Dhabi, is he from Saudi Arabia? Can't quite remember. And Sakai of Japan. Park Joo-ho, Hasebi and Shinji Kagawa are in midfield. Heung-min Son, Al Soma and Kazuki Honda are in the front three. I'm sorry, really frustrating feature about this game is that you can only play a maximum of 2 fixtures against each team in leagues. I thought it would be 4, because there are leagues on this game where each team plays each other 4 times, so it would make sense if EA made that an option in the tournament settings, given it's actually the case for some of the leagues that feature on their game. But alas, No, logic is not applied, but it does allow for the chance to throw up a few more surprises, I guess, if the season is a little bit shorter. One bad result means a heck of a lot more than if it was sort of a 20-game season, for example. So as you can see, here's your mini league. We've got Arsenal, who are of course representing Africa, Chelsea, who are representing North America, Liverpool, who will be representing Asia, Manchester City in this experiment will be South America, Manchester United will be Europe, and Spurs will be Oceania / Micronesia / Australasia. I believe it's only going to be a 10-game season, so as I mentioned, bad results are going to mean a heck of a lot more. For that reason as well, we're going to sim straight to the end of the season. There's no point really simming to the halfway stage because it won't really mean too much whatsoever. We'll sim to the end of the season, and then we will take a look at the table and also the player stats, top scorers, and all of that good stuff. Right, so we've arrived at the end of what is probably the shortest season you're going to see in a FIFA 17 experiment video. Let's take a little look at how things have finished. Well, honestly, I really wish this could have been a 20-game season, but alas, the game does not allow for any more than that, and you can see the table in the background. Quite frankly, it has been domination from Europe, who finished top. Manchester United, representing Europe, have won the Continent Cup, or the Continent League as it will be known, with 24 points, and they've done it without losing a game, which I suppose out of 10 games is slightly less impressive than out of 20, which is what I was hoping this experiment would be. But regardless of that, it is a very good record. 24 goals scored and only 3 conceded. That is ridiculous. 3 goals conceded. South America were also a 5-star team in this experiment, and they quite frankly wiped the floor with them. So Europe have won 24 points plus 21 goal difference. That's insane. And the shock of everything really is that North America, so USA, Canada, Mexico, the Caribbean, have come second, despite having like the 4th or 5th best team. The chronic underachievers of South America, 10 points off Europe after just 10 games in a league season is ridiculous when they've got Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, and Neymar as a front three. They literally had the best attack in the whole league, but clearly maybe their goalkeepers let them down. Maybe only having an 83 rated goalkeepers let them down. They finished only 2 points ahead of Africa, represented by Arsenal, who finished in 4th place with 3 wins and a sort of neutral goal difference. Behind that is Tottenham, or otherwise known as Oceania, which means that Asia have come out bottom and without a win in the entire thing. 3 draws but 0 wins and only 3 points accumulated. Oceania by far were the worst team in this experiment, so for them to grab 2 wins, I'm guessing both of which were against Asia, that is pretty impressive, because I feared that they would get 0 points. So for them to get 10, and for Asia to only get 3, is quite a surprise. So there's your league. Unsurprisingly, the top scorers list is going to be pretty much dominated by players from Europe, and the top 3 are all from there. Gareth Bale, Paul Pogba, and Cristiano Ronaldo occupying the top 3 with 8 goals, 5 and 4 respectively. Then come 2 players from North America, both on 4, Fabian Johnson and Jesus Corona from Mexico, representing North America. We've got Lionel Messi, Luis Gustavo, Robert Lewandowski, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and Hakim Ziyech rounding out the rest of the top 10. The first Oceania player is Tim Cahill. He got 2, which incidentally is the same amount as Luis Suarez, Marcelo, Gaetan, and Alexis Sanchez. The assist list is quite frankly even worse. It's huge domination from Europe. Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Philipp Lahm, Mesut Ozil, and Robert Lewandowski, the top 6 in terms of assists, followed by Rojas of Oceania, Okazaki of Asia, and Ziyech, Salah, and Balde Diao Keita from Africa. And you can see the rest of the top 25, some big names in there, the likes of Jerome Boateng, Alaba. And in terms of clean sheets, only 4 goalkeepers got clean sheets overall, but incredibly, out of 10 games, Manuel Neuer accumulated 7, and South America haven't even got a clean sheet on the board. Keylor Navas of North America gets 3, Andre Onana from Africa, which seems strange given he's the worst goalkeeper in that team, but he got 2, and Matthew Ryan from Oceania also got 1 as well. Anyway, that is the end of, I guess, what could be considered a little mini experiment in comparison to the macro experiment from yesterday, which was multi-seasonal. This has been a very very short one, I suppose, but still quite an interesting one, given Europe have smashed it so much in comparison to South America, who have underachieved massively. If you want to try this as well at home, then make sure to do so. You can tweet me your screenshots of how you've done. That's the same with all the experiments, really. If you want to try them yourself, then make sure to send me them on Twitter. My handle is on the screen. It is at the official FNG, and links to it are in the description. But if you've enjoyed that FIFA 17 experiment, then make sure to slap a like on it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel as well, and comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much. But it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today for slightly less time than the usual. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
Come to the vape looking like gold medalist with Kurt Angle boots on. And I don't wear the boot on, but they got normal shoes on. You're the like yo with the shoe from. Get them to the yo Uncle Jar. I ain't got a flex on no one. I'm the original Don. Come to the vape looking like gold medalist with Kurt Angle boots on. And I don't wear the